Alright, welcome back to the channel, my good people. Back with some Monster Hunter Rise, and today I would like to bring to you my optimized, my optimized dragon conversion set. I've been working on this for quite some time. Getting the right augments set up has been a challenge, because I've been looking for everything I can use to increase my my element resistance, because dragon conversion is highly based on element resistance to boost your damage, much like the Electrion set in Monster Hunter World, except this uses the switch skill to basically convert that into damage. The Electrion set was better. It was kind of busted, honestly, because all you needed to do was have high element resistance, but you never lost it. You have high element resistance, you maintain it, and it boosts your element damage as well. So you'll have high defense and high element resistant and high element. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But regardless, this set is also pretty good for what it offers. So we're just gonna go ahead and review everything in this loadout. Now, there are a bunch of variations you can go with for this set. I had to give up attack 7 in order to get a particular augment that I needed, but I'm going to see if I can put it back in at some point, or if I get the right augment in order to have the skill I need, not lose any or not lose too much element resistance, and also have a slot to put attack in there, so we'll be at attack 7. So this is one variation right here. As you see, we have all Valstrax on this set. Went with all Valstrax set because you want to take advantage of all element resistance. As you can see right here, your resistance set bonus: 3-piece plus 1, 4-piece plus 2, 5 pieces plus 3. So we're trying to take advantage of all element resistance. So that's why this is placed on here. So, and that's why we went with the whole set, so we can take advantage of all element resistance, which will combat the bad element resistance the set has, because fire, ice, water, lightning is all -2 on each piece. So all elements plus 3, it helps lessen that and push more element damage to our weapons. So it's good to take advantage of that. And let's go with the skills for this set. Attack boost 6, fire attack 5, Latin power 4, handicraft 4, defensive boost 4, critical boost, crit element, stamina surge, ice resistance, thunder resistance, dragon resistance, stun resistance, element exploit 3, burst 3, dragon conversion, weakness exploit, Teostra's blessing, and furious. The skill I was looking for a while to optimize this set, which was a little tough to get. So we have this augment on, and we'll just go over the skills real quick. You can see standing right now, before dragon conversion is even active, we're at 200 just standing. So pretty good just to start off. So equipment info. So augments, element exploit, furious. We got fire attack as a bonus, and that's why I'm using fire weapons for this video. Furious does, using the red scrolls, builds fury while fighting monsters. Swapping to the blue scroll when your fury is full gives you infinite stamina temporarily. Now we don't care about that. What we care about is the red scroll. Red scroll gives us plus 10 defense and all resistance plus 5. That's what we need. All resistance. All resistance is going to contribute to our element damage. The more we have, the more damage we have. Now, during some testing, I do think there is some diminishing returns for having too much element resistance. So I kept Furious at level 2. I had it at level 3, but what I saw was, even with plus 10 more element resistance, I only got 3 element difference from that. So somewhere along those lines, the element resistance is maxed out to where I'm not getting any more damage. Now, if that wasn't the case, and it could just keep going on however much you can get, then we would have a boatload of damage. But somewhere along the line, it maxes out and you get diminishing returns. So that's why I kept it at level 2, because when dragon conversion procs, it doubles your, or even more, it doubles or even more your element resistance to convert it into your damage. So if it maxes out at 50, then I don't think the game recognizes anything past that. So that's why I took that down and found something else to put in place of that. So I didn't go over the rest of the augments. My apologies. Got Furious. I got Burst to get that to level 3 to free up a slot. I was able to put Element Exploit in its place to get full Element Exploit. I might dabble and see if Attack will work better and give us more output, more damage output. We can actually see that now, actually. And Furious, again, for the lay piece, and Talisman, Weakness Exploit, Defense Boost, Crit Element. It was hard to get Weakness Exploit 3. You can get it in a different set that I have, but that'll be, you know, up to you. So if we go over the pieces, we got Dragon Conversion, Latent Power, Tag Boost, Burst, Element Exploit, Dragon Conversion, Dragon Resistance, Tag Boost, Handicraft 4, Element Exploit 1, Crit Boost 2, Latent Power 2, Tag Boost, Thunder Resistance, Chaosia's Blessing to extend our fire damage, Dragon Conversion, full Stamina Surge, Tag Boost, Ice Resistance, Defense Boost. leg piece, crit boost, stun resistance, attack boost 2, fire attack 4, crit element 1. So I wanted to get defense boost 4 because, like the other pieces, it gives us all element resistance, which, you know, goes to our damage. So every bit counts to mitigate the negative element resistance on this set to push more damage out for our element attack. So if you can get it pushed to where you can get it maxed out, you're in good shape. But let's see some of the numbers. So we switch to blue, dragon conversion, go to blue scroll, keep doing damage until you get the all element shield, the proc, and then the top of the screen, just above your health bar. As you can see, it's active. Got the multicolored shield with the green arrow. Switch over, boom. Now we have 251 active with burst. We get 263 with burst. So with purple sharpness, you can get more damage out of it. The problem is the set doesn't really get started until Latin power procs. But you'll get good damage out of it even before then, as you can see. You see a lot of 200 pluses pushing to the 3s, you know. And when Latin power procs, we're pretty much, you know, we're almost there. And also when power drum procs, we'll be at in the 290s. So when Latin power procs and power drum procs, you'll get a chance to see what I mean. I'm still looking to optimize the set even further to where we can get it to 300 a hit. It's a work in progress still, but right now is my best optimized version of the set. Since Furious isn't a decoration yet, we have to, you know, live with what we can get. So even at 263 element, you will say, hey, that's not that much. But 263 element with purple sharpness, you're pushing the 300 a hit on a spiral slash, which is pretty nasty. We're talking about dual blades here. Like 200 a hit just from this basic combo. Pretty sick. Sick. We're gonna wait for see if we can get power drum to proc while still sitting here. And here we go, power drum. And we still got Latin power active. Boom. And you see, and you start seeing 291s. Now this is at purple sharpness, mind you. Purple sharpness, you're getting some pretty nasty damage. So the only issue is when the purple damage runs out. Now, it's good to see that damage initially, but as the fight wears on, the purple damage goes, you know, you gotta see what the numbers are looking like post purple damage. So see, still the 290s with that. Now the numbers fluctuate because I have weakness exploit 2. That's just, which is at 30%. At 50%, you most likely see different. It's hard to say when Latin Power procs, but as you can see, when the set is fully optimized, you have just banana damage, just buck nasty damage. But you're still in the 2s, relatively. Now I have a set where I can get Latin Power level 3. Not level power. Weakness exploit 3. Which is much better. The extra 20%. So you can land crits more. Definitely helps with the damage. So Latin Power's proc again. You see we're 267 a hit now. And where we at? 288 a hit. Still pretty good, but losing 21 damage a hit, this is pretty significant. So this one we don't have handicraft on this one, but we have full element resistance in place of handicraft. We have fire resistance and I believe water resistance in place of it to give us more element damage. As you can see now, we're standing at 210 with the element resistance instead of handicraft. So this is just to basically take advantage of the element boost that you get. So you see we're hitting 274, but we're in white sharpness. And you see that white bar is long. That white bar goes on for a minute. So for the long game, it's probably better to go with something like this, where you're at 274 constantly, as opposed to, you know, getting a ton of damage from handicraft being at purple sharpness and losing that and being at 267 for the remainder. But again, that's still not bad. 267 isn't bad. See, we're at 272 as opposed to the element we were at before with Dragon Conversion. So, you know, that's another option you can have. Or you can go with this set, in which this set has weakness exploit 3, and I drop element exploit to level 2 instead. So we'll have more crit to proc our damage in exchange for a little bit less damage. See, we're like 269-ish. So we lose 5 damage. So we're at 272 now because Power Drum just procced. But everything's gonna revolve around Latin Power proccing and giving us that extra 40% affinity, so our damage can be, you know, maxed out to the T. And you see we're at 272 here as well, but we have full weakness exploit and critical boost. So, you know, we're not at that buku damage at purple sharpness, but we're still doing pretty good damage throughout. Yeah, 272s, you know. So it's, you have a few options to go with. I would imagine people would rather go with the purple sharpness and just having those big numbers early on to whittle down the monster faster. And you know, when the time comes, they'll just deal with the slight damage increase because they already got their max damage off for the most part. But it depends on what you're comfortable with. But I did say we could try to see if attack would be better to add instead of element exploit. So let's see if we went to attack 7 instead. It's element exploit. Swap that, we'll leave that at 2 and get an extra 2% damage instead. At 270. So it doesn't look like it. This set we was hitting 274 with element exploit. Attack is only giving us 270, so it's better with element exploit rather than attack. So we'll just leave it there. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. So those are just a few variations of the set that you can use to optimize damage. You have a few options, depends on what you're comfortable with. If you want to go for the long game and just have your weapon at white sharpness and, you know, have that damage throughout without having it decrease at some point from purple sharpness, you can go with that. If you want to have your max damage out right and just, you know, do a ton of damage early on and then, you know, deal with the damage decrease later because you feel, you know, still not that bad, you have that option. Or if you want to go with a little more crit because you want to see the numbers proc more often, you can go with that. But I won't leave it here, folks. Thank you for joining me on another Monster Hunter experience. The build dragon conversion, the skill dragon conversion rather, is very unique. It can net you a ton of damage, even for the dual blades. Ton of damage potential in this set. I thought about adding powder mantle somewhere if I found a way to compromise to where I could add powder mantle. I thought about doing that, and I believe I could pop on this set. I could possibly drop one element exploit and add powder mantle to the set, which will make the set pretty nasty. Burst damage on top of this steep damage increase to your element. It would be pretty nasty. It'd be pretty nasty, and I might experiment with that. Sorry about that. I might experiment with that just to see what that would look like. It could be broken. It could be broken. Only problem is you won't have the same utility as I like to use in my current set, a set that I normally use. But you can net a ton of damage with the set. in all the variations, no matter if you like damage preservation or more crit or high damage from the start. Either way, the set can be utilized very, very well in what you want to do. And you know, if you have a whole team running it, you can imagine what they could possibly do. But that's it from me. Stay tuned for the next videos upcoming. I'm always pondering and thinking new things, new ways to help your Monster Hunter experience. You might not always want to go DPS. Maybe you want to go support. Maybe you want to be the dual blader that continuously paralyzes the monster, so the rest of your team can get off and y'all can have a smooth time. Maybe you want to be a tank, a dual blader tank. That'd be something new. So I'm pondering through things like a mad scientist. So stay tuned for those videos coming up. As always, thank you for watching. Do the proper thing. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you then. Peace.